All right, so welcome to this Allstate Health Solutions training, previously known as NatGen. There's two networks on this. There is Aetna and there is Cigna. Had to think about it because I don't use Cigna a ton. It's very expensive. So I'm going to start from the scratch side of it, inputting, because there's a couple of different things you can click here. You got the back office, you have quote and enroll. You have a couple different things that you can do here on this. There's a couple different ways that you can look things up, so it can get a little confusing. So I thought I'd start from scratch. So we're gonna this one asks for the effective date up front. So we're just gonna say we're gonna have this start March 1st, and actually we're gonna do the next day because I want you guys to know that you can start this policy on any day. It does not need to be the first. We're gonna use the same zip code as we did before. Oh. There. And then I'm just going to put one person here because there's not really a difference in product at all. And you can add spouse and spouse partner. You just click on them and just fill the data in. So the first thing that's going to happen is when you get in here, you're going to see it's going to ask you some additional questions. So again, I typically, whether someone's had insurance or not, I typically put no to this when I start the first time I do someone's product. The reason why is because you can give someone a incentivized rate for meeting certain qualifications, but such as this one, but you don't know if their plan qualifies for it most of the time or not. So again, I usually put no unless it's a renewal that I'm doing with a client, and we're just going to go 6 foot, 225. And this is not going to be a rewrite. Again, the rewrite, if you put yes, what it's going to do is it's going to take away the $40 application fee that's on the back end here. And that's nice, but they're going to have to pay it if you're not actually rewriting it, and Allstate's going to know. So when I'm in here, there's a couple you'll see on the left-hand side. Let me move this. There we go. So you can see a little better. There's going to be multiple products that you can pick from and multiple types of payments. And I'm going to move my camera over here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys, we're going to do Aetna. There's the Cigna network you could pick, Cigna Local Plus. Go play with it. Aetna, it's a PPO. You can check the provider link right here. Again, most every doctor is going to take this. So because it's through Allstate, you still have an Aetna network. You could do a 20% discount available. I don't talk about this with clients because, I just don't want to make the conversation complicated. Now, if someone asks, I'll bring it up. But again, I just want to keep this as simple as possible. So you can do two things. You can go all the way up to 36 months, 24 months. I typically do one of two. I'll do 12 months or I'll do the recommended 12-month renewal. Now, on the 12-month renewal, commission is level for year 1 and year 2, but the premium is going to be a little bit more expensive. So keep that in mind. It's pretty worthwhile. But it's going to lay out, and again, the coverage on this is $1 million for the entire year. Now, you can go above that $1 million in the sense that, like, if someone gets billed for 101.5 million and they get contracted rates down to 800 grand, they're still going to have that 800 grand covered. The products I offer the most to clients, or the one that I would say that I do probably the most, is this one right here. $5,000 deductible, 0% co-insurance, 0 out-of-pocket max. So once they pay their $5K, they are done. These are probably the 3 top products that I talk to people about right here. And again, unlike United Healthcare, where you're picking between 2 different separate product lines, this is just going to ask you what term you want. There's just one streamlined product line. Again, as you're having a conversation, you're going to know what to give to someone. But again, these are my kind of go-tos. I start with this one, and then I'll downgrade based on someone's preference or desire from here. The HSA compatible, you can use those. I typically don't mess with them all that much. If someone really wants a copay plan, you can give them a $50 copay for their doctor visits. The deductible is going to be a little higher. Notice the premium's higher. Same thing, 100% co-insurance, 0 out-of-pocket maximum. Again, if I'm going pretty quick, make sure to rewatch this video. It's going to help quite a bit. So one thing I'll show you here before I get to some of the other products on the left-hand side, I'm going to show you this right here. After I add a product, it's going to offer to add dental, and it's going to offer to add accident coverage. And if I add the dental, it's also going to offer to add vision. Again, Allstate, and I'll talk about this in a second, but Allstate has a good dental plan. There's only one that I use from here. But again, I typically use Apex or Emeritus currently. I have other dental products that I think are very valuable that I really, really like. So we picked a $5,000 deductible, 100% co-insurance. After that, everything's covered. Because of that, I'm going to do the $5K. Now you have 3 more options it's going to offer you here. CHS stands for Critical Health Sickness. What that means is if someone has a heart attack, cancer, or stroke, what it's going to do is it's going to pay that entire $5,000 because that's what I picked right here. It's going to match it. Sickness and hospitalization piece right here, extra $12.75. What that means is if they are hospitalized for more than 24 hours, they are going to get the entire $5,000 paid for. So again, this is kind of like a hospitalization indemnity policy, but it just pays for the entire $5,000. And then of course you can have one or the other, or you could just have all 3 accident with these 3. Again, when I'm having this conversation with someone and I'm selling one of these, a lot of times I'll do these other pieces. Now I don't tell people they have to take it. I offer it to them. And I would say probably 90% of clients take all 3. Sometimes people are like, I just want accident. That's all I'm worried about. Or I just want the hospitalization and the accident. That's it. I don't need the critical health sickness. I want to save $10 a month. Great. I'm here to be an advisor and to take care of them. So you'll notice that, they have a membership here at the bottom. It's part of the state requirement. They have it's $20 a month. But again, look at, it's going to be, in this case with all 3, for a 35-year-old, you're looking at $350 a month. Application fee, by the way, is different. So make sure to keep up on the price changes, the fine print detail changes. Also notice too, this is a 2-month term. So again, if they have a pre-existing condition develop in the first year, they have it for year 2. Again, clients typically only will have that experience like 1 out of 100 clients. So 1% of the time in my experience. So a couple other things. I'm going to jump into the dental here in a second. Accident plan is kind of where I go to a lot of times. Obviously, we have the accident policy that just got recommended to us. But the Trio Med right here, I want to point this out because I really, really like it. I do this a lot with ACA clients. I will actually write an ACA plan and I'll put this with it because it's a $10,000 critical illness and $10,000 of accident coverage. That's guaranteed. So even if they're sick, for an individual, it's about $52. For a pair, it's about $75. And then for a family, it gets up to be over $100. Again, double check pricing. Things are subject to change after this video. And their deductible would be $250. And the way you access this, if you give it to them on an ACA product or policy line, would be they have to file a 1-page paperwork. If it's with an Allstate plan already, like this one, then you wouldn't have to do that. But again, if you notice, I'm not putting this Trio Med Guaranteed with a short-term medical product. I'm going to give them a lot more coverage for less money. See, this is $52 a month. This is $40 for all 3 of those pieces. So, but again, there's a lot better options on the life insurance side and the supplement plans than Allstate for this stuff. You have the fixed benefit indemnity. Again, I don't mind giving this to someone if they know what they are buying, but I do not sell this and go, oh yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. It'll cover everything. Don't say that to people. You're not going to get referrals from it. People are going to find out. They're going to think you're sleazy. Be honest with people. Again, I've sold this probably about 3 times recently, and I would say in the last year. But every single time I say, look, here's the benefits. Here's the max per day. And most of the time, people that take these are like, yep, no problem. I'm only going to be on it for 3 months. I don't want to pay more than $150 a month or something like that. Or I'm just going to go skiing. I'm really young. I'm not worried about the other stuff. And I go, okay, no problem. Again, be honest with clients as you're doing business with them. That's what's going to get you repeat and referral business. We are trying to become account managers. We are not trying to be fly-by salesmen. If you can build a good book of business where you're taking care of clients, you can get your work time down to 3 to 4 hours a day, making $200-300 grand a year. The last thing I'll touch on with Allstate that is highly attractive is this particular copay plan right here. Network is Aetna. The annual benefit for this is unlimited. Deductible, there is none. It's just a basic copay plan. So if they got to go get a cleaning, x-rays, or exam, the preventative care, it's free. Basic care is $100 copay per tooth extraction or filling. Major care is $500. Again, this is subject to the doctor being in network with them. I like this if people need immediate work. I tend to shy towards, again, some of our other dental products. This is a great one, but it just depends on the flow and feel. My thing is if someone needs immediate care, this is great. There's some other products that are going to give immediate coverage as well. But the times that I think this is the most valuable is if someone came to me and said, hey, Clayton, I have $10,000. I've got 4 root canals. I got $10,000 of coverage work I need done, 10 to 15. I got 4 root canals and 5 crowns and three extractions and 4 fillings, something like that. Something like ridiculous, where I know $5,000 or $3,000 won't be enough to cover it that year. That's when I tend to use this the most because of its heavy price point and what it can do for clients. So that is Allstate. Again, great product, especially if you're going to sell a product in Utah. This is dirt cheap. I don't know why, but some of the other carriers will offer like 4% commission in Utah. They will offer or 3. It's like extremely reduced is my point. And I don't know everybody's contract level when you're watching this, but understand that this will pay the average commission of your contract, of what you have a contract for in like states like Utah, states like Illinois, states like Missouri, stuff like that. So again, Allstate is a great, well-rounded product. It's super cheap in some states, really well priced. And again, you can do 2-month terms or 12-month terms. Again, when it comes to critical illness products and dental and vision, I'm going to use other products that we're going to offer and recommend to backfill those pieces. Again, I like to separate the health from the dental and the vision piece. I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon.